Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Fateless podcast. Today we've got a special guest, Serena Belle, the one and only singer of our brand new track on the cinematic reveal. Serena, welcome to the Fateless podcast. How you doing?
Hi, thank you. I'm good. How are you guys? So good to see you.
Doing good, doing good. But look at
Really
that. Simon
good.
didn't even mention. He's like, and don't worry about that other guy who's sitting over
There
there.
is another guy here. Sham, you good?
It's fine. It's fine. I get it. Serena's way
You're
cooler
not
than I am. I get it.
special. You're not
It-
special, Sham.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's true. And I've got
yeah,
this light. Look at
I'm
this.
the special guest today,
That's
not
right.
you.
definitely.
I'm just like random person hanging out here.
Random person
My-
number one. I'm
Random person
random
number
person
one.
number two. I guess, Serena, I think our audience have been long awaiting this podcast because I don't know, it's been kind of like hyped up for the last few months. Little snippets of you being involved with our release trailer, showing some of the work you'd already previously done, and then the fact you were recording a brand new track. I guess, firstly, like, how did you feel when we first approached you and spoke about this being an opportunity for you?
Um, I felt honored because I'm a gamer myself, although I've been very busy lately and I haven't been really gaming much. Um, but I've always wanted to be a part of a video game, and
Yeah,
I have an older brother and he's also a gamer. So, well, the
cool.
first thing that I thought was, oh my God, my brother's gonna freak out. He's gonna be so proud of me. And he did, and he's so
Yeah.
proud of me. We're both so excited. So yeah, the first thing was this like just huge I was just really excited, and I am still very excited. And I'm very excited that you guys are not just, building a super cool video game that is a little bit similar to some games that I like, but you guys are also super cool. So I just feel very, very grateful for the opportunity.
And what's your jam? Like, what's your the games that you would play if you had more time or have been playing? What's your go-to?
Well, I definitely need to get back on Diablo, the latest one, because like I took 1,000 years to personalize my character, obviously, and then I started, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm a little bit tired now. So I'm just gonna keep playing tomorrow. And then I kept playing, but then, like life catches up with you and yeah, and then you need to prioritize other
What
things,
class did you end
but
up making? What's this what
I don't even
class and
fucking
then character name?
remember.
This is very important.
I
I'm sure you have
I
I'm
don't
sure you have a go-to
remember.
character name though. Is it like
Let me check.
Steve the Bard, or is it? And this is just you're just guessing here. I don't know. I'm not really 100% sure.
What are the categories? Like, what are the classes? I don't even remember
Are you
now.
like a wizard type of character? Do you like the a big old guy with an axe or a big sword
No,
or
no,
what?
I'm a woman. I'm a woman. I
Okay,
think, yeah, I think I'm a sorcerer. Yeah.
okay. So sorceress, and then yeah, the name. So do because I mean obviously we have Hellhades here. Always picks the name. Obviously I go with Samurai. Duh. But what's your go-to?
I'm not gonna tell you because it's ridiculous, and I feel very
You gotta
embarrassed
say
about
now. You
it.
gotta say now.
No,
Embarrassing
I'm.
name,
Listen,
33.
no, no, it's ridiculous. I'm only gonna tell you that it has something Croft. So yeah,
Wow.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Let's go. Hey, listen.
you know.
Hey, I get
That's a
what you're doing.
quality game to be psyched about, or quality franchise. If I'm guessing, unless there's some other thing that I'm missing.
Yeah, no, but it is something Croft, but I just feel it's cringe, guys. I'm sorry. Like, and I realize
Is it
now,
Serena Croft? Is it like?
no,
No, that's Simon. Come
not
on, stop
Serena
guessing. That's
Croft.
weird. That's
Okay, I
ridiculous.
won't guess. I won't guess.
It
So
might be
so I
like
guess
similar, but it's definitely also my nickname on Call of Duty. Something
right.
Croft.
Ooh, Call of Duty fan. So I mean, yeah, and I feel like do you play so are those kind of your two main type of like an ARPG and then a first
I
person shooter type
fucking
of deal?
love Call of Duty. It's
Yeah.
just
Oh,
it's my thing. Like
okay.
honest sorry, can I swear on this
Yeah,
podcast? I'm
yeah.
so
Just
Yeah.
sorry.
do
This
whatever you
happened.
like. Yeah.
This
Yeah,
happened. It's
sorry.
done.
Like sometimes I swear and should be swear. But yeah, no, Call of Duty is just my thing, because I've been playing for so long. And yeah, it's just always been a thing with like me and my friends, you know? And it it's weird, but it relaxes me a lot, you know? So
Yeah, that's super
I tend to
it's
do
relaxing
the
really
other
game.
like
way. I do the other way. Play games like Call of Duty where I'm like, yeah, so in the moment, I'm and annoyed if I don't kill people or if I die. I mean, I
yeah.
used to play the hell out of those games, by the way. I played them a ton. But yeah, I'd be fine. Like, I'd be fired up. I would not be going straight to sleep after playing Call of Duty. I'd be like, I need a minute. I need a minute to chill.
Wait, are
Um,
you someone, Serena, that like you're just like laughing off, like when you die or you get somebody, you're like laughing? Is that the kind of vibe, or are you like super hyper
Oh,
focused and you're, you know,
no, guys,
furrowed
like
brows?
this is like some serious like ADHD thing. Like I forget that's why I don't allow myself to play video games a lot because I get obsessed and I hyper focus and then I forget about everything around me. And I just want to make sure that I'm the best. And obviously I'm not the best at Call of Duty. Okay, let's just say it. Okay,
No,
obviously
no.
I'm not the best. I am good sometimes, depending on like the mission that we're doing, you know. But yeah, I just hyper focus and because usually when I play, I haven't played in a long time, then I start, not being very good. And then once I start getting good, I start getting arrogant. I start getting really excited. I'm like,
You're
yeah,
walking
no, I'm
around
gonna
like
fucking kill you all. Do you want to see? Do you want to see craft something?
uh-oh.
I'm gonna wipe you out.
So you're trash talking
nice.
on the comms too. Like I hope. Oh my god, this is another one.
I
We'll
get
do we'll
Cool.
do
excited,
a
and
live. We'll do
nobody
a game, a
and nobody
recorded
believes
game.
that, like, I'm a woman, and it's just really funny. Yeah, it's just really entertaining because obviously it's not always that I have friends playing with me,
Yeah.
so sometimes it's just me, myself, and I, and it's yeah, it's very entertaining, very entertaining. My favorite, I would say, is Modern Warfare 2.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, because they have some Brazilian characters in there, that speak Portuguese, and it's just really funny to me.
Well, so that's actually a good transition. Like, tell us your background. Like, how did you even get into this? How did you get into? Yeah, I mean, not necessarily gaming, but singing as well.
Well, gaming is my brother, like I have an older brother, and my dad is also a gamer, actually, but he likes, his rally games. Sometimes, Tekken. I love
Mm.
Tekken.
Nice.
Love Tekken.
Tekken.
Yeah, so much fun. Oh
Spin and
God.
sweep.
Yeah, when I went to LA last year. So this is the thing, I can't tell people, I can get excited about things and say, yeah, yeah, I know how to play Tekken really well. Because then obviously someone much better than me, probably a dude that has been playing for ages every single day, is gonna come along and is gonna be like, oh yeah. And then he's obviously gonna beat me. I'm gonna feel super embarrassed. But that's what happened in LA when I went to LA. I mean, he only beat me once and then I managed to win, but
Okay.
it was still
Was there
embarrassing.
trash talk involved? I mean, that's the crucial part of this. Like, were you
Feels
were
like there
you like,
was.
I'm gonna stomp you. You don't even know how to play this game.
You know what?
Be
Like
honest.
I think I talk too much sometimes, and I was like wearing a white cowboy hat. We were all in the living room, and I was like feeling myself so much. I know, yeah, I am good at this game, and then yeah, you're like you're good, but you're not as good as you think.
But have you seen my gin? And then he comes in and it like, oh man, this
Oh,
this reminds me.
Jin, Jin is good, but I love Nina. Because she's such a bitch, and she's like, you know.
Oh my god, the sound of games, like the voice acting of games makes such a big difference. Like the little thing, like you said, my favorite thing to do, and this is a little cringe if I'm honest, but when we're playing Smash Brothers, okay, I always would play, if I want to really troll somebody, it's always Donkey Kong, because he has that
Oh,
like that stupid. I don't even know. I can't even
yeah.
really do it.
Yeah.
He just like
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for me, it's Nina when she wins and she does, like she's Like,
And then you just chuckle
I
and kind of
want to
look over
kill
at the
her. Then
person.
I don't like her
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so you grew up in with gaming, but where did you grow up, and where did this all start?
Well, with gaming, it was with my brother, and my dad. And my dad is Swiss. I'm half Swiss. And every time he didn't live in Brazil, and every time he would come and visit us, he would bring the latest console. So he would bring like PlayStation. So I always liked it because it was always our moment to, gather together and have some fun and have some quality time. And my family, we're not the kind of people that get angry, when somebody doesn't win or anything like that. It's always because I know people like that, right? There are people that like
Mm.
they can ruin the vibe of the whole thing
The
when they
controller
lose because
throwers,
they
man, they're
don't.
the worst.
Yeah, and I think that it's fun when you're playing with people that just want to have a good time, and that was me, my friends, and my family. So that's what gaming represents to me, really. It's just like a really good time. It's a nostalgic moment. It's feeding my inner child, and yeah, so I've always, literally always wanted to be a part of a video game. There was one point where I even considered doing it's like what's the I forgot the name, but I know that there are actors nowadays that they wear this suit,
Oh, like
right? And then
mocap.
they,
Oh, mocap.
Yeah,
yeah,
where basically you're controlling the movements of a character.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, I think there was this game. Is it Stranding?
That's Stranding.
Yeah,
That's
I
Stranding.
know that I think they did that, right, with the main character. Or am I
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
tripping?
it's
A,
it's
a
very
lot of
common
them.
at
Yeah,
this
a lot of
point. It's very
games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
common.
it's very common, right? It's very common. So, yeah, there was like one point where I even considered doing that just for the sake of like being able to say I'm a part of like this video game,
Yeah.
So,
What happened? Why
yeah.
didn't you do it? Was it just? I mean, I imagine it was in L.A. or somewhere around there. Why didn't you do it? What happened?
Oh no, actually, no, I didn't consider this like in a specific place. It wasn't like thanks to LA or anything. But what happened is that my biggest dream has always to be a singer, has always been to be a singer. So, yeah, I think that if I'm going to pursue the video game thing, I could, but I want to be able to excel at like one thing. And me personally, I am not the best at, I multitask a lot, but I think that I'm not the best person at like pursuing super different things at the same time
Sure.
because I don't want to be just like mid in a bunch of things. I want to be maybe, if possible, excellent in
Yeah.
one thing first and then tap into the others as I go.
And have you always been like into singing? Were you singing kind of with friends and family when you were younger, and kind of that's then grown into this being, your career path? Or
Um, so I've always been very shy, actually. I've always been a really shy kid. I've always wanted to
you
sing.
do not come across really shy. I'm just gonna say it.
Like,
Just put it out there.
Yeah, just say it.
yeah, like a lot of people, everybody says this to me, actually. But fun fact, I used to sing behind my mother's couch, because I was
Right.
so shy, even at home, even like in front of my mom.
Oh yeah.
And
Ah.
I would hide behind the couch, to sing because I needed to sing. It's like a physical need that I have. I like yesterday I was singing for like 2 hours in the living room, just trying different things and different approaches. Because now also the cool thing is that I had some vocal lessons and I know a little bit how to play around with my voice more, and I
And
know like the different placements, and how you can approach a song in many different ways. So I was just like recording like the same song. I was singing "Misery Business" by Paramore. I was
Oh
approaching
yeah.
the same song. I love it. I was approaching the same song in different ways, Um, and where was I going with this? Classic. Um, Well, anyway, in Brazil, I was really shy. Yeah, that's where I was going, I think. I was really shy, and it wasn't until I grew up and started working and started to well, by working, I mean like working in random places, to start having my own money. It wasn't until then that I was able to invest into some singing lessons and then start building some confidence because let's be completely honest, like I was not a good singer before. I loved singing and it was really cute, but I did not have a pleasant tone. And yes, a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, I don't believe you." No, believe me. Believe me.
So it made such a difference having the lessons to control your
Yeah,
voice.
because yeah, guys, because a lot of people they're like born singers with really good tone and they have a good understanding of how to use it in a pleasant way. That was not me. I needed
Interesting.
someone to tell me uh you're shouting a little bit too much in here. Like this is like maybe a little bit too sharp. So I just needed some guidance, in order also to not hurt myself because you can actually hurt yourself if you um are singing like a Whitney Houston song, for example, which is like a very challenging song from the wrong placement. And obviously, me being a very ambitious person, I wanted to sing the hardest songs. So I grew
Yeah.
up singing the hardest songs, without really realizing, without really stopping to try and understand why sometimes it would hurt.
Mm.
My throat would hurt, my vocal cords would hurt. And yes, these songs are very demanding to the point that your voice can get tired. But if it hurts, then you're doing something wrong. And now, with the technique that I have, I am able to sing, well, don't know if I should say this, but like I believe that I'm able to perform, you know, uh a song like, for example, I Have Nothing, which is what I grew up listening to with my mom because she's a huge fan of like Madonna, Christina Aguilera,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whitney Houston. She loves like these big vocalists. I'm able to perform that um, with some sort of ease, and like flow through the notes. So yeah, singing is so much fun, guys.
Well, it's interesting though. So your content hasn't really gone in that direction, has it? It's a lot more. I'd say you're fairly niched down into, um, I don't know, the types of tracks which really drive emotion. I don't know if that's the right way of describing it, but basically there's these
Yeah.
tracks which I see on your YouTube and on your TikTok where it's like super, yeah, just feels like it really drives emotion out of people when you hear it.
Yeah.
Was that deliberate?
Um,
Was there like a what's the thinking in terms of the way you've kind of like built your brand out, I guess?
Yeah.
It's what I like, really. It's what I like, and I like songs that make me feel something, whether it's sadness, anger, happiness. Like I like for some sort of feeling to come up, and I think that that's normal. Like everybody, like the songs that you like them for a reason. It makes you feel something.
Yeah.
But I think that the feeling that I probably identify with the most is the one that is a little bit sad. So,
Okay. Okay. So,
I
so
do
you like
like
the tear jerkers. You like the
I
although
do, I do, I
yeah,
do.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
but but
emotion
but
very emo yeah.
you also kind of I mean, we've spoken a couple times about the types of music that you're into, but like but you also kind of like those like really get into it songs as well, kind of like hype songs as well. Or so between those two, like do you like sit around and you're like, all right, let me dim the lights and then put on some sad, tear jerker music uh more often than like you're in your living room and you kind of throw in your head like what do you do more, I guess?
That's a good question. It depends, it depends. Like, if I'm going out, I I wanna feel, if I'm getting ready to, like, go out with friends, like, I wanna feel empowered, pretty, like a bad bitch, so I will listen to, like, something obviously, it depends where I'm going. If I'm going to, like, a yoga class, I will not be
Kind of
doing
zen
that.
out or
But
whatever.
if
That's
like
different.
it's Saturday evening, you know, and I'm going, which by the way, I don't even go out that much. But if I am, you know, I sound like I'm super, you know, super sociable person. I am. I'm an ambivert. But not well. Ambivert, I think, perfectly describes it because I'm not something all the time. So that's it. I don't need to further explain. But what I was saying is that, like, it depends on the mood, you know, but my taste is very eclectic. I love from Mega Thee Stallion to Era to I don't know, to like Bach, you know. So
Okay. Okay.
I
Get
I
down with the classicals, the classics.
yeah, I will
And I guess
listen
that there's a
to
difference between
everything.
what you want to do in your spare time and listen to in your spare time versus, you know, what your brand represents and you know what you're putting out there for content.
Yeah.
You know, obviously your Valhalla calling is like a really cool. I guess it's a really cool track, which has also been covered by a number of different groups. And I actually found myself when I started to like really investigate, do I think Serena Belle is the right person for us to even contact? I found myself on this little rabbit hole where I was watching other people doing like collaborations with you on the same track. And I must have listened to the same 1 minute version of this track. I don't know, like 20 times. I'm
20
like, oh, this is a cool take. Oh, let's see where this one goes. And yeah, so it's kind of it's interesting how when you start to do those I guess collaborations for you or you know
Covers.
or pieces like that where it really starts to go in a different direction. You must have met some cool people just doing that over the last couple of years.
Yeah. What's your favorite collab?
Well, it's
Yeah.
funny. It's funny you mentioned Valhalla calling because that song really changed my life, you know, like that's the song that was my big, like my first big viral
Oh,
moment.
cool.
I've had like other viral songs before, but not viral to the point of like over 30 million views, you
Sure.
know, which is like what
That's
happened with
crazy,
Valhalla
actually. Yeah.
calling. Um, and then yes, I've had other videos that have achieved that same or more number of views after, but that was the first one. And I guess I've just been very lucky, you know, with like everything with you guys, you know, and with the people that I met because the writer of Valhalla Calling, the writer and the artist, his name is Miracle of Sound. I met him, was it 2 weeks ago?
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah, so it's really funny that you mentioned. I met him 2 weeks ago, and he's the coolest person, so kind. I consider him to be a friend, you know? And yeah, so, you know, he's a friend that like we became friends thanks to this song, thanks to this collaboration. So it's really cool. I've met incredible people for sure.
And it must be quite different. So you're basically giving your version of his track, and that's
Yeah.
been a great moment for you to be able to, have this kind of like viral hit. But then obviously what you're doing with us is writing a track from
Yeah.
scratch, and we've obviously we shared with you like a mood board at one point. We've shared with you kind of like a direction we'd like with, like this is how we want it to feel. But then
Yeah.
ultimately, it's then a case of now. And I was nervous, by the way. And now you need to translate that
Now
into
what?
a
You
fresh
were
track.
nervous?
Well,
You
I
were
was nervous because
nervous? I
we're
was
like,
nervous.
I've got no idea if this is going to work. Like, we hope it does because we love your voice and we love what you've done. But until you start to see the results at the other side, you're like, well, could be tricky.
No,
So yeah,
and that's why I appreciate you guys even more because, you know, I have never released anything. You have only heard my renditions of covers, you
Mm.
know, and the translation, very often the translation from like a, let's say, TikTok artist, you know, which I don't like to call myself a TikTok artist because I don't think that's all I am, you know, but the transition from that, you know, from an online social media artist to something original, is a delicate process, you know,
yeah.
and it requires a lot of trust and a lot of self-belief and belief from other people in yourself as an artist. So that's what you guys did as well. And I hope that, you know, the people watching this video, I hope that you guys have enjoyed the cinematic, you know, and I hope that you will enjoy the extension of the track. It's I have written quite some songs, but I have never released any of them before, and this is genuinely the first thing that I'm putting out. So if you
That's
were
so cool. Yeah.
nervous, my friend, imagine how I was feeling.
Well, you must be so pumped though to have seen the reaction, because we saw it. It was a shame you weren't with us actually, but we saw it firsthand when we hosted a party at GDC. We had people come in and basically see the trailer for the first time and have the sort of dance remix
It
version
was actually a
of your
remix
track.
that, again, Serena helped kind of make sure that
And
we did
honestly,
it right.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
normally
think
the
it's
sort
such
of
a
guy that
vibe.
gets super emotional. I was like, damn, this is like one of the proudest moments of my life. And I was
Oh
just
no.
involved. Like, it was super cool. Like, it was just such a cool moment in this kind of, we're building a game, we're building this studio. We want people to really feel something when they play the game, when they see the content. And this is an extension of that content, right? It's the first time people are really understanding part of the story that we're trying to portray. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's and
So
then even on the video, you see the comments and you're like, people
Yeah.
love this.
Yeah.
Like they love it. So
yeah. I hope they do. Obviously me, the way that I am, I already told you guys, and you know this by now by working with me. I'm never satisfied. I always want to keep like working on it. I want to keep improving things. But I have accepted the final
It's
result
out.
now,
It's
and I'm like, it's out. It's out in the world, and
it
with
hits
like
so
with
hard. It's like
anything.
oh man, you just
Yeah.
nailed it. Like it's one of those ones where kind of going back to that perfection and wanting it to be the best. And I get that feeling, but man, it did feel like okay, we really, I mean, we spent a decent amount of time on this, but I would say that from my perspective, we would be like, hey, here's a couple cues. Mike would chime in, or Simon, or,
yeah,
or I, and then
Mike
it'd be
is
like,
great, by the way.
Mike's amazing. Yeah,
Mike is a great asset to your team. Let's just say
don't
it.
blow up his ego, okay? No.
yeah.
Yeah, he
Mike is
doesn't need
amazing.
it.
He's incredible.
Mike is a Linkin Park hater.
Oh my god,
Let
it's
everybody
yeah.
know that.
That was very disappointing. Mike, I'm
That
calling you
was
out
very
here.
disappointing. Very disappointing.
He's
Like,
gonna be
dude.
reformed at some point. But no, I mean, you worked so quickly after that. It'd be like, okay, we've got this feedback, and it wouldn't be, a lot of times you work with an artist in very, like, it could be an artist for 2D or 3D, and you give them edits. You're like, hey, I like this, I don't like the way this works, whatever, and then you get something back, and it's like kind of the things what you were envisioning, but then it doesn't move that far off of what was done, essentially. But I would say that what you did, it would always be like big improvement from, from A to B, whatever that was, right? And we didn't do like a ton of iteration, if I'm honest. It was like, or at least I didn't feel like it. I'm sure you were like, no, we did a lot of iteration,
No, I don't feel like we did, but I think that well, your references were very clear. I know what you guys like, and um, I think that those references, they have a certain template that you can't really get it that wrong. You can get like the variations that someone might not like, but the template of it, if you think about it, it's just very similar, among like all those songs. So,
well, don't
um,
downplay it too much. You
yeah.
nailed it. You
Because
nailed it
also,
out the
like,
gate.
the points where it just lands with the visual, right? And that's, I think that's part of the skill here. Is there's certain cues which just kind of like land, and people feel that as well. So yeah, and that kind of,
but that's
depending on
your
where,
job. That's what you did with the editing, with the animation and everything.
well,
So,
I'd say it's a joint process, right? Because you're absorbing what's going on, pulling together the track, and also, yeah, we only had a minute and sort of 15 or so to do this, and most of the references we were looking at is like, well, they were able to build up, slow down, and then kind of like rise right at the end. But they were
yeah.
having like 3 odd minutes to do that, so there's a lot more time to fit those kind of like key points in. And
Uh-huh.
again,
Of course, of course. Yeah, no,
yeah,
it's completely different, to be working on a specific track for like that is gonna be 70 seconds long, and a whole track, because with the whole track, like you were just saying, you have your time to to build up, the mood and to get to places, go up and down. But if you have 70 seconds and you have so much action, so much emotion, to portray in that window, then I feel like, yeah, the template is slightly different.
Guys, get ready
It's
for
an
the
edit.
full
It's like,
track.
it's
Oh my
basically an
God.
edit,
Yeah.
of like a whole song
Yeah.
into 70 seconds,
Well, how
So-
was that actually? I was wondering about this because again, when we first came to you, we were like, hey, we've got this the cinematic that we want to do, and we have this amount of time, so build everything to this, right? Don't make the
Yeah.
full track and then come back. Just build everything to that. Now we kind of did the reverse. I would expect that you would normally do it, right? It's like,
Yeah, and
we'll
now I
just have
hate you.
Yeah, and now everyone's
You're
like, we
welcome.
really love this. Can we get a full track? And we're like, I think so.
Yeah, well, I'm excited about the extension of the track. I allowed myself to have some more like time to breathe in there, and there was a moment, without spoiling it too much, that there's a moment in there where I wanted it to be very epic, and very, if someone is listening to this at the gym, I want this to be your moment
Pump up.
to lift harder, to go.
Yes.
I want you to go for it, and I want you to feel invisible. I don't want you to be like, yes, now I'm gonna squat like a, like.
Let's go. So listen. This is live. This is happening live, guys. I didn't know that this is what I love it. This is amazing. No, but in all seriousness, I mean, like, it's so true. And kind of going back to that vibe that we were trying to hit, and that, like, that league season starter where it is all about that pump up. But hey, this is selling the fantasy of the game. This is selling the excitement and the well, and league matches are not always like that, right? But you want them. You in your mind, you're like, yeah, that was an epic move. Like, I got a double kill, or pentakill. Maybe those pentakills are cool, but this really sells it, right? And I love that that's what you were going for. Is like, hey, I want this to feel epic and awesome and make you feel powerful, right? That power fantasy, nailed it.
And like, I want you to finish your squats, whatever it is that you're doing, and after that moment, you're gonna be like, yes. And if we release it the way that I have imagined it, then I hope that people will agree with me, because then after that moment of epicness, there's your moment of drink your water,
Are we starting? Are we
be-
starting
be
the
proud of
thing that-
yourself.
There we go. Are we starting the fitness influencing the Fateless the side project?
Fateless, yeah.
Is that-
So many people call us Fateless. It's like
We're always ready. We're always ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay, as soon as
there's
we've got
always
our
a pivot.
first
If the game doesn't
influencer,
work,
Serena.
we've got something else. Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, and I'm talking as if like I'm such a gym goer. I don't even go to the gym. Whatever.
Listen,
You don't
listen.
need to go to inspire people, Serena.
Exactly,
It's fine.
exactly.
I work out, okay, but I work out. I work out at home. I have my weights. I just don't go to the gym. I hate my nearby gym. It stinks so much.
Yeah, there's different vibes for different gyms. I used to have a gym like across the street, and I have it signed up, or I've signed up for it, and I don't think I've maybe used it twice ever, because it just has kind of like this. It just has a vibe that doesn't really work. You know what I mean? I guess.
So
It doesn't
yeah,
smell
that's
bad.
the thing. That's the thing. Like, it doesn't smell that bad. I'm just being dramatic, but I also don't like the layout of the gym. Guys, listen. My previous gym, when I was sharing a flat with my one of my best friends, Mariana, in Rio, my previous gym was in front of the beach.
Oh yeah,
Like, literally in front of the beach.
That's
Like,
tough to beat. Yeah.
and I don't know how much you know, Sham, because you're also a little bit of a, not also, you are of a fitness fanatic, right? A little bit? No?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
A bit.
What are you talking about?
Listen, I
idea.
told you,
Every
I'm
time
getting ready. I'm
call this
preparing
guy,
this.
he's like, yeah, I'm climbing. Yeah, I'm like,
Guys, I would
weightlifting.
never. Let's just be clear. I would never do a meeting at the climbing gym on a wall. That's ridiculous. I don't know. Those rumors are unfounded.
You've never done
Yeah,
this.
it
It was
happens a
totally
decent amount.
not. It was definitely not our very first call. Definitely not.
I forgot about that. We were chatting, and I'm still trying to I'm still trying to convince you on. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think I was just trying to convince you to do. I
I
don't
know
know.
what it was.
Well, okay, so I was trying to convince you, and then you're like, Sham, you sound kind of out of breath. Like, what's going on? I'm like, what do you mean?
And like, and I mean, the call wasn't even just audio; it was on video. Like,
Well, then it was. Then I had to
dude,
own up to it. I was like, "Yo, listen,
you're so funny. You're
I'm
so
just gonna be
funny.
honest. Here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm doing here." I think it sold it. I think that's why we, you know, like
No,
we
that's
don't
when
get
Dedication.
that's
Yeah.
when I realized that, like, oh, this is like a fellow human.
Yeah,
You
this
know,
is
it's a fellow human like me. Great.
this
We're
is
both odd. We're
another
both
crazy
odd and
person.
awkward.
Exactly.
Well, I
Well, yeah,
love genuine people
and
like
I'm
that.
shy just like
You
you are.
know?
As we know, I'm very shy. Um, whoa, that was a big laugh.
Honestly, I just come back from GDC, so I'm good for like maybe 4 a.m. followed by, you know, the next day maybe like a midnight or something. Sham's at you like rolling in 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 4 a.m., 2 a.m. I'm like, dude, my body cannot cope with every single night being like a full on. We're
We
just
can't miss
chatting to
that meeting, man.
everybody in the
We can't
world, you
miss
know.
that. It was good
I'm
times.
like, man.
So
I'm like,
you must take some weird supplements for sure.
I'm just
yes,
it's
yes.
mainly orange juice and water. You know, that's about it. That's and my weird rabbit food as we were talking about.
Oh, it's because he's vegan, y'all. It's because he's vegan.
These guys
No,
are
no shade.
trash talking
No
me all the
shade.
time. Trash talking me all the time. But in all seriousness, one thing that and you can just say no to this if you want to, but
Ooh,
I would love to hear just like
what?
one little snippet of any of the songs that you've been doing. I feel like you know, we had discussed you may be doing coming out when we were doing GDC and it didn't end up working out. But if you feel comfortable, would you be down to do just like, it could just be even just like a little phrase. A little phrase. It could be Misery Business. Even better could be our song. Your choice. I know I'm throwing this on you, but
At
we got a lot of trash
GDC?
talk coming my way.
You mean at GDC?
No, I'm saying this moment right now, would you do a little phrase of the song for the peoples?
What do you mean?
As in
Do
sing
you want me to
a little
like?
piece.
Oh, you want me to start
Yeah.
singing right now?
Right now, this second.
For what reason?
I mean,
Well, I mean, optimally,
Do
it
you
could
want to
just
be
be
like fire? Like,
just pick one of the spots that you were playing around with. It could be Misery Business. Again, it could be our song. Maybe
oh
that would be the coolest one.
dude, if you're starting to like, if I'm belting out Misery Business, I need to be warmed up. Let's talk about this later. I can
Oh
do this
my God!
later.
So
I'm not gonna
look at
start
this.
singing now, man.
Oh my God! All right, fine, fair enough. The next time you come on, we'll have you warm up.
You know what, Sham? You're like parents, you know, and like
You're
proud
like,
parents, and they're
yeah.
like, oh, you know, my daughter, she's a singer, and then when you invite
Can you
her over
sing?
to
Can you
dinner,
sing?
she's like, oh, why don't you sing a little part of that cover? Why don't you do that? Show us. Come on, it's your mom. Ask you whatever, your friend of your mom. That's exactly how I felt.
You know, I mean, there's
It's so
truth in that.
true.
There's truth in that, and I'm gonna
It's
own
so
that.
true.
But you know what? I'm gonna take that as a compliment because I know it
Sorry.
wasn't. But
Well,
oh my God.
we should ask kind of like a big question for the podcast, Serena. So we're getting to the point where we're going to have over 200 heroes on launch in game, and we always ask everyone that comes on, like, if you had one like mythological hero from any mythology, so it doesn't have to be the ones that we've kind of got in game. So at the moment we've got things like, you know, the Greek, the Egyptian, the kind of like
Japanese.
Celtic. Yeah. So there's a whole bunch in Mayan. There's a whole bunch. So is there one that would sort of stand out to you as I'd love to have this hero in game? That
Do
would be kind of
you
like a cool take.
have Lady of the Lake?
Lady of the Lake.
Do you have Lady of the Lake?
Lady of the Lake. 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 we can't confirm or deny any of this stuff, right? We can't. We can never say like whether we do.
That was a
or we don't.
very long silence, by the way.
Well,
That was a
all right,
very
Graham,
like there was
cut this
like a
part.
moment,
Cut this
a
part.
moment
I'm
of
sorry, Graham.
silence there, like
Are we allowed to say anything? No, it's like, whoa.
I
Listen,
don't
would be
know.
your
You
one?
tell
listen,
me, but like,
Dan's not
well,
here.
that's a character. That's a character I personally like. So I don't know
We
if
do
I
have
said
a
so.
faction that it could.
So we
could
got
be
the Arthurian legends, and yeah. So watch this space. Watch this space. That's a cool one. That's a cool one.
maybe,
Okay.
maybe not. We can't confirm or deny. That's how we roll on this. Simon, don't do it. We went one way
I
or
have
the
this. I have this kind of
Well,
like
do you
reputation
also?
for.
Can you at least tell me if you also like Lady of the Lake, or am I tripping?
other.
Like,
Dude, no, the Lady of the Lake is a. So we can't say too much about how much we like it or we don't like it, because then again it's gonna
okay,
kind of give it away. But I mean, just to be real about it, like the Arthurian legends are super like top tier for me. I've always loved, you know, I watched even like some of the bad BBC shows with like, you know, like I there are plenty of good shows as well, but I'm trying to remember what this one was called. I just remember the Lady of the Lake in oh man, I don't know if it was called like Arthur. I don't know. It was one of those. But
yeah,
I absolutely love those legends. So
Well, I think as well. So the Lady of the Lake would be a cool one because it's not
yeah,
one that's generally depicted, right? So you obviously get the hand coming out of the water a lot in various different kind of takes on it, but you don't generally get
yeah, which is so
the
cool.
actual visual and what can they do. So in our game, they're going to have abilities and that type of stuff. So actually, yeah, you'd normally get the Arthur, you'd normally get the Merlin, yeah, and that kind of like crew that go around them. But I think that's a cool one. That'd be a fun one to play around with.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, well, so I feel like if you're not gonna sing, I don't even know if I want to be on this thing anymore.
How rude! Oh my god. You
Um,
know, well, can we tell them about GDC in São Paulo?
Not GDC. So it would be Gamescom LATAM is what it would be. Gamescom
Oh,
Latin America.
sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was like GDC Latin
It's kind of
American.
like it's like the GDC
Similar. Yeah.
in a sense, right? Because these are all just game development conferences. But yeah, I mean, so we'll be heading there. I mean, you can tell her actually, Serena. Well,
You could tell. I mean,
Uh,
I'm just really excited. I'm just really excited. I don't know if you guys have anyone from São Paulo
we
following you,
do.
but I think it would be a lot of fun to meet people there because I'm actually traveling with these guys and we're going to São Paulo together to not the GDC Latin America, to the
Gamescom LATAM.
Gamescom,
Yeah.
to the Gamescom Latin American, and I'll be there. Sham will be there. Simon, are you going to be there?
I'm going to try and make it. We'll see. I would like to
So
be there. It's just,
it would be
I don't know.
fun.
There's a ton
Yeah,
of
but
traveling going on this year.
we've got some
But yeah.
crew that actually works on the team in well,
That I
don't
know.
yeah, in
Yeah.
Brazil as well, and we've got some really great friends, and so we're just trying to get out there and meet amazing people. We've heard so much good stuff about specifically Sao Paulo, but hearing that the Gamescom LATAM is starting to really build some steam, and so we're really excited. We're gonna be like you said, we're gonna be traveling together, and I think we're gonna
does
amazingly
your
do an event.
community, Serena, go quite wide? Do you have a lot of people from that region, or
Yeah, it's
close
actually
up to
very
yours?
wide, but I was just looking at my analytics yesterday, and if I remember correctly, just really slow now. So, but if I remember correctly, I think I have like it's very spread out, but I think well, my top cities are definitely São Paulo as well, one of
Okay,
them.
so
interesting.
So
perfect.
you know,
That's cool. Yeah.
but I think it was just like 1 point something percent or like 2%, you know, because it's very
But
spread
it's
out.
very like
But
Yeah.
I mean, 2% of like a million and something is still something, you
So
Yeah,
know.
still a decent
So
number. Yeah.
yeah,
So
so we'll
look out
see.
for an event. We you know, obviously Serena will keep you guys updated if you can follow her. Serena, do you want to maybe talk like mention your socials before we
Mhm.
get out there?
So yeah, if you want to follow me, I am Serena Belle on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Also I have a community on Discord. I also have Patreon. If you guys want to support me, I post some exclusive BTS videos there and some exclusive covers. And yeah, and I'm also obviously I am Serena Belle on YouTube.
And what does this year look like for you, Serena, in terms of some of the things you're actively trying to get done?
Yeah, so my main focus right now is really to get my sound right, to get my music right. And I've been developing now for a little bit over a year since I first started doing, writing sessions for the first time ever, So
Sure.
everything is very new to me. I have started, guys, just like 2 years ago, 2 years and like 3 months
It's crazy how
ago,
fast
you
you've
know?
grown,
Ridiculous.
actually.
Just
Yeah.
honestly ridiculous. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you guys know you saw the video and wait for the full track, but man, it's honestly ridiculous that you're just like, oh, I just started it, I picked it up a couple of years ago, no big deal.
Well, I mean, I'm very grateful for it. It's a big deal for me. I hope that, I will be able to succeed and I will be able to do this, as a career because it's definitely my dream. But that's what I'm working on and the plan is to release my first single in September.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, good timing. I like
Good
that. I
luck with
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah,
Yeah.
this was amazing. I mean, like, always great to have you. Obviously, next time we're gonna do a full concert as we discussed.
Yes. Full concert.
Full concert.
That'll be cool though.
Starting with
Maybe we'll
no,
do it one day.
but seriously, it's it's been such a pleasure working with you, and we're just like to do all kinds of stuff in the future as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Serena is the best. Definitely follow her on socials. I mean, just check out some of those videos, starting maybe
Yeah.
with the one that Simon mentioned. And
Valhalla
yeah,
Calling, the Gladiator cover, any
Gladiator,
um
love that one.
ooh, that's a good one.
yeah, like anyway, you should just go and check. Once you've watched one, you will just go and check out about another 20 because they're actually phenomenal. So yeah,
You
yeah.
guys are so kind. Well, guys, thank you so much for having me. This was obviously so much fun. As always, whenever we get together, I have a lot of fun. And once again, thank you for having me as a part of this project, and for your followers, well, keep supporting these guys because they're doing some awesome work, and I think you're going to be really proud of them.
Thanks, Serena.
Thank you. So I guess we will put all of those different links down below. Thanks for watching right to the end, and we will see you in the next Fateless podcast.